All right, coming up next on the Morning Buzz, this weekend, the Bakken Museum in Minneapolis is celebrating the achievements of women in the world of science.
They're hosting its 4th annual Discovery Days Women in Science event, featuring demonstrations and more by top female professionals all across Minnesota. And joining us this morning from the Bakken Museum is Annika Taylor from the Minnesota Zoo, Tricia Markle. Good morning, guys.
Morning. Hello.
How are you both? All right, what can people expect from this year's Women in Science at the Bakken?
Well, we have a lot of really exciting things planned. We have a bunch of different partners coming in, everything from grad student women in science to the Girl Scouts. We have all sorts of things happening. There'll be a build your own DNA model activity. There'll be some story time for the younger folks, some soil scientists so people can literally get their hands dirty. And then we also have some great activities coming from the zoo as well.
Well, we know it's important to involve women and girls in science, obviously. So why is it important to get, girls' hands and women's hands, involved in the process, do you think? And how do you do it differently at Bakken?
Well, one of our big priorities is just to show people that there are women who are working to change the world through scientific fields and things like this. But we try to create a really welcoming, really fun environment so that people can, even if they didn't think they were interested in science, they can feel excited and engaged in the process. Just to try to make people feel more welcome in a field that sometimes is a little intimidating to folks. So our big priority is fun and welcome and get people interested.
And Tricia, the Minnesota Zoo is going to be there.
Yep.
What will the zoo be doing there?
So we have a special activity.
Yes.
So I am a turtle researcher.
Okay.
And we're going to give children and teens the chance to be a turtle tracker. And so they can come with us and they can learn a little bit about our equipment, our technology. So we use something called radio telemetry, and we have it set up here today. So we have a tracking device on a turtle, a transmitter. In this case, it's a plush turtle.
Okay.
For our research, it's obviously a wild turtle. And we use this, which is an antenna and a receiver. And it's like a game of hot and cold. So the closer you get to the turtle, the louder the beep. And so do we have a test subject?
Sure. I'll give it a whirl.
So I'm going to turn it on. So you'll hear a little beep. And as you move around, you'll hear that beep increase in intensity.
Let's see.
I am not the turtle.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
slowly,
starting. I'm not seeing it.
slowly.
Like, is it like,
Oh,
uh-oh.
so slightly louder.
How big is this turtle?
It's pretty small.
We didn't talk about this.
I'm getting close.
No. Yeah. Is it under? I'll bet you it's underneath here. Maybe it's in here.
They're not being that tricky.
No.
Oh, there you go. That was a sound.
Is that it? Okay. It's.
There we go.
Okay,
So we got
there's
a
the
nice
turtle.
low
There we
beep.
got it. It was
So it has its
behind it.
transmitter inside. And then what we
It
do
is nice and loud.
in the field, we would have our GPS.
Okay.
So we take a locality point based on satellite data, so it gives us specific lat longs, and we come back to our map.
Okay.
So here is our sample map for our activity, and we can use those lat long data to show. So in this case, our turtle is at 44.8.
What's our turtle's name?
Our turtle's name is Myrtle.
I like
Myrtle
Myrtle.
the turtle.
I think that's perfect.
So Myrtle, if we connect the lines here, based on where we found our turtle, is right in the nesting area. So we can talk about, threats to turtles. They're crossing roads. If we bring in garbage, that brings in predators. They're going to eat turtle eggs. So we want to be able to follow turtles around their habitat and learn about where they're using the resources of the land, and that helps us manage them better, especially for threatened species in the state.
Okay. I turn this off.
Yes.
And then
But that
we'll
was
correct.
fun.
At
I
least
think
not in the
kids
studio.
probably do better.
Tricia, when did you get interested in pursuing this field?
I've had a lifelong passion for just nature and animals and the outdoors. So started young and spent a lot of time outside watching animals, watching critters, and was just inspired. My mom encouraged me to, follow my dreams and work hard, and it's led me down this path.
So it was your mom, and then I would imagine that you had teachers along the way, and we know the world has really opened up. We know that the STEM science and technology is offered a lot more than, for instance, when I was a kid.
Sure.
How do you think that in general, the schools and just society in general is opening up to girls and women and making them more comfortable with STEM and science?
Yeah, well, I think just talking about it, having activities like the Bakken is hosting. And for the zoo, we want to be out there, we want to talk about our conservation work and really inspire the next generation that if you're passionate about animals and about nature, the zoo, for instance, has many different fields in science and STEM. So you can do not only research, but animal health engineering.
And tailor it to your interests.
Right, exactly. And we have volunteer programs and internships that they can come and sample that as well.
Okay, I guess I should hand this over. Although it was kind of fun.
Tom, that we can find them all the time. Ladies,
I like
thank you
that
very
idea.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you so
joining
much.
us. Discovery Days, Women in Science, is this Saturday. It's from 11 to 3 at the Bakken Museum. For more information, including tickets, visit thebakken.org.